Good day, my scholars. Welcome to my school channel. My name is Alexandra. In this video, you'll be joining me to solve the JAMB CBT past question for the subject English Language Year 2009. Stay with us, do not go anywhere, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to my school channel. So we'll be attempting question 80 to 98. Now let's begin with question 80. Question 80 to 84 comes with a passage. So I'll advise you click on the link in the description below. It takes you to the My School website. There you can find the passage. Please read carefully, or you could pause this video as it is being displayed on the screen. Please make sure you read carefully and understand the passage. Now moving on to question 80. The reference to the national policy on education in the passage implies that, option A, the government recognizes Nigeria Pidgin, option B, Pidgin will continue to enjoy acceptance by many Nigerians, option C, it is simple to understand, option D, Nigerian Pidgin is used at all levels. The answer to this question is option B, Pidgin will continue to enjoy acceptance by many Nigerians. Now we can find the reference to national policy of education in paragraph 3, where writer states that Warri, Port Harcourt and Sapele uses the language, the Pidgin language, as language of instruction in school. So it is used by teachers to teach. So it talks about the unofficial adoption of this language to teach, and it is being justified by teachers with reference to the provision of the national policy on education, which says that the language of instruction should be the language of the immediate environment. So if the language of the immediate environment is Pidgin English, so we can also use Pidgin English to teach in schools. So we can see that this tells us that the language, the Pidgin language, is acceptable by many Nigerians, and they justify it even with the provisions contained in national policy on education. So the answer to this question is option B, Pidgin will continue to enjoy acceptance by many Nigerians. Question 81. From the passage, which of the following is the most important reason why Nigerian Pidgin is popular? Option A, it is used in social occasions. Option B, it has no ethnic affiliation. Option C, it is extensively used along the coast. Option D, it is used by many creative writers. The answer to this question is option B, it has no ethnic affiliation. Now what does this mean? We can find this in paragraph 1 of the passage. It tells us that the Pidgin language is used in social occasion, especially among people of different ethnic background. Okay, and this tells us that the language has no sense of ethnic attachment or no sense of ethnic membership. Okay, it cut across people with different background, and so it becomes a common language that they can all communicate and flow with. So option B is the best answer to this question. Question 82. The style of this passage could best be described as option A, narrative only, option B, narrative and expository, option C, persuasive and argumentative, option D, descriptive only. The answer to this question is option B, narrative and expository. Now what is a narrative essay? A narrative essay tells a story or gives an account of something. Now if you've read this passage, you'll notice that the story or the points evolved around a central point. Okay, it evolves, all of the narration or the narrative evolves around a central point, and that point is the standardization of Pidgin. You can see it was reiterated, it was repeated in the first paragraph, and throughout the passage to the last paragraph, the standardization of Pidgin was repeated. Okay, so it evolves around a central point, and that is narrative. It is also expository in nature because expository essay explains a concept, explains something, clarify something. It is also informative in nature because it exposes a truth. Now, when you read the passage, you see the first paragraph exposes the starting point of pidgin. It tells us that it began in the post-colonial era. Even in the last paragraph, it tells us that it began with the literary language or the literary works of the likes of Chinua Achebe, the likes of Wole Soyinka in the 60s. Okay, so it gives us information, it clarifies the point, it talks to us about the national policy on education and how language, the pidgin language is used in places like Sapele, Port Harcourt, Warri. So all of these are informative in nature. All of this tells us or explain a concept. So it is narrative and expository, both in this passage. So option B is the correct answer to this question. Question 83. According to the passage, the phrase lingua franca means option A, Nigerian pidgin, option B, common language, option C, second language, option D, mother tongue. The answer to this question is option B, common language. The word lingua franca in language means common language. It is a linguistic term to mean common language. That is a language spoken by a lot of people or the common people. So option B is the correct answer to this question. Question 84. The fact that Nigerian pidgin is used in primary education in places like Warri, Sapele and Port Harcourt suggests that it is option A, universally accepted, option B, a lingua franca, option C, a language of instruction, option D, Nigeria's second lingua franca. The answer to this question is option C, a language of instruction. We see that in the text in paragraph 3, places like Warri, Sapele and Port Harcourt uses the pidgin language as language of instruction in schools by teachers. So teachers use the pidgin language to teach pupils. So option C is the correct answer to this question. Next is question 85. However, question 85 to question 88 comes with another passage. So I would like you to repeat the same process. What you do is you click on the link in the description below. It takes you to my school website. There you can get the passage for this question. Or you pause this video as it is being displayed on the screen. Please read carefully and understand the passage so that you can attempt the question appropriately. Now, moving on to question 85. The passage suggests that option A, medical doctors have found 17 distinct sleep disorder. Option B, inability to sleep was once considered to be chronic. Option C, insomnia and fever are medical conditions that are indicative of other problems. Option D, the U.S. Congress has recognized that insomnia is a symptom of other problems. The answer to this question is option C, insomnia and fever are medical conditions that are indicative of other problems. Now we can find this in paragraph 2. It tells us that this medical condition, insomnia and fever, are indicative of other underlying sicknesses, just as fever is indicative of malaria. Insomnia is also indicative of other underlying issues or problems that people have. So option C is the correct answer to this question. Question 86. The expression mocking the clock as used in the paragraph captures the option A, phenomenon of retailers making a lot of profit because they operate at night. Option B, fact that retail business is a waste of time. Option C, total disregard of time by retailers and services. Option D, fact that the time available to retailers and services is not enough to do good business. The answer to this question is option C, total disregard of time by retailers and services. Now, mocking the clock can be found in paragraph 3 of the text. And mocking the time means that the retailers are now making profits by disregarding time. They do not have regard of the time to rest or to sleep. So they disregard the time by doing night jobs. And this is a total disregard of time. So mocking of time means disregard of time. So option C is the correct answer to this question. Question 87. In the first sentence of the passage, the word debt is quoted because it has been used for a special effect. Option B, it has been used in the first sentence. Option C, of the seriousness of the matter it addresses. Option D, it is capable of destroying people. The answer to this question is option C. Option C is the best answer to this question. Now, the word debt in paragraph 1 is used to create an imagery of something very, very serious. So it is used to capture the minds of people. When you think of the word debt, you are eager to know what it's all about. And then this debt here is not regular or the general money debt. It's talking about sleep deprivation, but we only get to know that subsequently. Okay, so this is to address the seriousness of the issue that sleep deprivation is harmful to one's health. So option C is the correct answer to this question. Do not forget that you can take practice questions with our simulated JAMB CBT past question. All you need to do is you click on the link in the description below. It takes you to the Myschool website. There, you'll be required to download Myschool mobile app for your Android phones and Myschool software for your computers and laptops. Please go ahead and download and start practicing. Now moving on to question 88. From the passage, doctors find it hard to convince their patients of the gravity of a lack of sleep because, option A, it is caused by a variety of reasons. Option B, the patients are often tired and cannot get enough sleep. Option C, people believe that it enhances one's personality. Option D, its impact on the patient is slow. The answer to this question is option A, it is caused by a variety of reasons, and we can find this in the last paragraph. Now, doctors find it hard to convince their patients of the gravity of lack of sleep or sleep deprivation because the patients have so many reasons why they can't sleep. Some say they are old, some say they can't cope with life, and several other reasons. So because it is caused by a variety of reasons, doctors find it hard to explain to them of the gravity of lack of sleep and to encourage them to sleep more. So option A is the correct answer to this question. I believe you are enjoying this content. If yes, do not forget to hit the like button, click on the subscribe button, and tap on the bell notification to get informed as soon as we release the next videos. Question 89 to 98 comes with another passage, so I would advise you click on the link in the description below. It takes you to the Myschool website. There you will find the passage. Please read the passage carefully, or you pause this video as it is being displayed on the screen. Please try to read the passage and try to understand the register. Okay, so we'll move on to question 89. In question number 16 above, choose the best option from letter A to D that best completes the gap. Now, the gap label 16 is supposed to be filled with realization, option A. So we have option A, realization, option B, conclusion, option C, level, option D, point. But the answer to this question is realization. Now, why realization? Realization is becoming fully aware of something as a fact. Okay, so in that context, if you read further, you notice that there's been changes in the business world or in the business industry. And realization is coming from the changes that have been observed in the business world. So option A is the best answer to this question. Question 90. In question number 17 above, choose the best option from letter A to D that best completes the gap. Now, the gap label 17 is meant to be filled with either of these options. So we have option A, relationship, option B, existence, option C, agreement, option D, friendship. The answer to this question is relationship. If you read the passage and you read the parts labeled 17, you see it talks about buyer-seller dash. So buyer-seller relationship. In business, we call it a relationship. That is the connection between the buyer and the seller. So option A is the correct answer to this question. Question 91. In question number 18 above, choose the best option from letter A to D that best completes the gap. Option A, concepts, option B, words, option C, classes, option D, definitions. Now, if you look at the part labeled 18, you see concepts such as consultative selling, value-added selling, relationship marketing. All of these are concepts in business. So we tag them concepts. So option A is the best answer to this question. Question 92. In question number 19 above, choose the best option from letter A to D that best completes the gap. Option A, emerging, option B, reversing, option C, dangling, option D, shifting. Now, if you read the part labeled 19 in the text, you see that there is a move from a tedious activity to a more sophisticated activity, business activity. Now, there's a move from pushy or hard selling to just consultation, business advisory, problem solving role. So this is a move but still within the same business line. Okay, so we call this a shift. It's a shift from the tedious business activity to a more tender or sophisticated business activity. So we have option D, shifting. Option D, therefore, is the correct answer to this question. Question 93. In question number 20 above, choose the best option from letter A to D that best completes the gap. Option A, interest. Option B, awareness. Option C, view. Option D, service. The answer to this question is option D, service. Now, if you notice the part labeled 20 in the text talks about the services rendered to customers. So we target customer service. So that is the phrase to describe the services rendered to customers. So option D is the correct answer to this question. Do you have questions you would like to ask? You can go ahead and ask your question by using the link provided in the description below. Please click on this link. It takes you to the Myschool website. There you can ask all of your questions and solutions will be provided to you within a short period of time. Now moving on to question 94. In question number 21 above, choose the best option from letter A to D that best completes the gap. Option A, distribution. Option B, competition. Option C, consumption. Option D, production. The answer to this question is option B, competition. Now, in the part labeled 21 in the text, you see that it talks about being ahead of dash. So you stay ahead of competitions or competitors. In the business world, we speak of competition when there are a lot of people doing a particular thing. There are a lot of people doing a particular service or producing a particular goods. So you call them competitors, or you want to stay ahead of competition. Okay, so option B is the correct answer to this question. Do you have better steps or solutions to any of those questions? If yes, feel free to use the comment section below. Indicate the question and the solutions you would like to share. Question 95. In the question number 22 above, choose the best option from the letter A to D that best completes the gap. Option A, respect. Option B, dignity. Option C, loyalty. Option D, obedience. The answer to this question is option C, loyalty. In the business world, we speak of customer loyalty, and you see that the part labeled 22 talks about the realization of salespersons. Salespersons are beginning to realize that customer loyalty would lead to profit making, a large profit making. So option C is the correct answer to this question. Question 96. In the question number 23 above, choose the best option from letter A to D that best completes the gap. Option A, tangible. Option B, rowdy. Option C, sensitive. Option D, desirable. The answer to this question is option D, desirable. Now in the part numbered 23, we see that it talks about first-time purchase. When a customer buys something from a seller for the first time, this creates a desirable spot for the seller. It becomes advantageous, it becomes attractive. That is the point where your product is desirable or attractive to the person, and that is where your business starts, or your profit making starts. Okay, so option D is the correct answer to this question. Question 97. In the question number 24 above, choose the best option from letter A to D that best completes the gap. Option A, prior. Option B, full. Option C, biased. Option D, simple. The answer to this question is option A, prior. And prior means previous or earlier. Okay, so in this context, in the part labeled 24, we see that it talks about customers wanting salesperson to have a prior knowledge of their needs and a ready-made solution. Okay, customers always want it when you have previous experience. Your prior knowledge will come from previous experience, and because of your previous experience, you have ready-made solutions to their problem, or ready-made solutions to the service they want you to render. So option A is the correct answer to this question. Question 98. In question number 25 above, choose the best option from letter A to D that best completes the gap. Option A, analyze. Option B, present. Option C, organize. Option D, discuss. The answer to this question is option A, analyze. Now, in the context or the part label 25, you see that it talks about the need to dash the customer needs. So there's a need to analyze the customer needs. Okay, when you analyze, you examine in details, and you do it using a method. It has to be systematic. You have to employ a method. Okay, so it's to examine in details when you analyze. Option A, therefore, is the correct answer to this question. We've come to the end of the section. I believe it was enjoyable. Thank you for joining us. Do not forget to hit the like button, click on the subscribe button, and lastly, tap on the bell notification to get informed as soon as we release the next videos.